Yes, it feels bright in here. Yeah, what's going to still work with the light needed for the camera? Snacks and smiles. Tested this, but it's no time like the present. started in 5 minutes. There are some snacks if you'd like to help yourself. They all work. Welcome to our Wednesday Night Meditation Sangha. I'm Reverend Jeanmarie Eck, and it's a blessing to have you here with us on our beautiful Unity of Houston Chapel, where we get to be immersed in nature and hear sounds of birds and wind and chimes and to be in the center of it all. We begin our time in our Sangha with a 5-minute gong bath with Dr. Mary Fair. If you choose, you could lie on the floor for the gong bath. If you do so, Mary recommends that you have your feet pointed towards the gong. In the space now, as the gong has supported us in transitioning from our active day into a time of stillness. And so I'll ring the bowl, and then we will have a 25-minute sitting practice with some guidance, some light instruction. And as you sit, imagine yourself like the eye of the storm, calm in the center, while the world turns and is busy around you, and you are centered in stillness. Let's begin. As we begin our practice, I invite you to check in with your seated posture. It is recommended for this mindfulness practice to sit without your back leaning against the back of the chair. You've got a strong spine, legs uncrossed, arms uncrossed. Feeling the connection of the soles of your feet with the ground beneath you. And with your hands gently placed, place them on your knees or your thighs, either palms down if you're seeking some grounding today, or palms up in a more receptive position. Closing the eyes and bringing your attention to your breath. Taking in a deep cleansing breath and letting go. Clearing out, releasing. Another deep cleansing breath in. Let go of any tension with the breath. Release it all out. And now allow your breath to find its natural rhythm, just breathing. Keeping your attention with the breath. Feeling yourself in its gentle flow. Noticing the beginning, the middle, and the end of the breath. The pause at the top of the inhale, and the pause at the end of the exhale. Breathing and entering into the stillness. If you're noticing any sounds that are happening in the space around you, simply note them as hearing. The sound rising and falling of its own accord, nothing that you need to do. Just notice hearing and keep your attention on the movement of the breath. As the body becomes still, the mind often wakes up. If you find yourself caught up in thought, simply let that go. Bring your attention back to the breath again and again, and that is the practice. If you notice any tension, allow yourself to soften and relax into the practice. Every breath is unique. There are no two breaths that are the same. As you keep your attention with the breath, see if you can notice the uniqueness of each breath in this moment. Checking in with your seated posture. See if as you've been sitting, you may have started leaning forward or hunching over or leaning back. Your posture supports you in remaining alert and present. Feel yourself sitting. I have a body. My body is sitting. Feel the support of the chair beneath you. The contact your body is making with the seat beneath you, the floor beneath you. The feeling of air on your skin, does it feel cool or warm? Present to the experience of sitting in stillness. allowing whatever arises to be as it is. Any sensations in the body, breathing and allowing. Notice if you've become sleepy. You can open your eyes a bit and let in some light to return to awareness, and then close your eyes again when you're ready. Notice if you're clenching your jaw, allow your jaw to release, the muscles around the eyes to soften. returning home again and again to the anchor of the breath. In full acceptance of all experience as it comes and goes, as it rises and falls. Breathing and letting go. As we begin to close our sitting practice, continue to be mindful. I'll close by ringing the bowl. And as you listen to the bowl, notice the sound as it rises and stay with it as the sound falls, dissipates, and disappears. Returning your attention to this place and space. Take in the beautiful people around you. It's such a blessing to be together. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm going to be sharing about the power of intention, so I invite you to receive this teaching with your whole body. Just allow yourself to really feel into it, be present to it, and then we'll have a time of discussion following the teaching. These teachings are offered as part of our meditation Sangha to support you in your practice of spiritual awakening. And I've been offering them in a sort of sequence. Each week is progressive, so we're building our practice together, but there's no need to have been here previously, and we understand that you may come and go from the Sangha. We hope that you make this a regular practice. Consistency does support you in growing your ability in mindfulness. As you approach your spiritual practice, it's essential to begin by identifying your intention. What is my intention for my spiritual practice? Being clear in your intention is the first step for any spiritual practice that you embark upon. When you engage in a transformational spiritual practice, the general intention is to free you from the trance of the ego. This freedom, when you realize it, opens you to a direct experience of reality, rather than the distortion and the filters of your past conditioning. So consider holding an intention in your mindfulness practice to be present in every moment. When you approach your practice with this intention, it dissolves the ego's reality, which it has created with a basis in the past and the future. So if your intention is to be present in every moment, you're not thinking in the past and the future. You're present. Going into the body and being with the experience in the body is always present, and that's a tool that you have to awaken again and again to the present moment by going into your physical experience, being present to it. Another intention that you can hold for your spiritual practice is generosity. This practice disrupts the ego's ongoing desire and compulsion for possession and acquisition. Holding an intention is a transformational spiritual practice where you're not striving to reach any certain goal. You're not trying to control your experience or to make something happen. It's not an effort to stop thinking from happening, or to find peace, or to become enlightened, or whatever kind of goal or end game you might think of for your spiritual practice. It is a present moment experience. So notice when you are setting your intention, is it something in the present moment, or something that I'm endeavoring to experience as some kind of outcome? You set the intention and then you do your best to live it moment by moment. So this intention is for throughout your life, not only when you're sitting here in meditation. This intention is a practice that you're doing in the present moment, so you're either doing it or you're not doing it. There's no specific goal. When you're aware that you're not doing it, you simply return to your intention and begin doing it again. So if your intention is to be in the present moment, I am in the present moment, I am present in this moment, or I am not. You're either present or you're not, and it's noticing that. So if you're noticing it, bringing your attention back to the present moment. I'm being generous in this moment, or I am not. And you can return to generosity. The ego's basic assumption is that happiness lies in some point in the future. So it puts it out beyond yourself, beyond the present moment. And so the thought is, if we get it right, we'll achieve happiness. And this is an ego trap, which can hijack your spiritual practice. Frustration and self-criticism are evidence that you may have fallen into this ego trap of putting your happiness at some point in the future. If you find yourself striving for a particular goal or a particular experience, simply ask yourself, am I doing the practice in this moment or not? If you're not, then return to the practice in this moment and let go of the past and the future. We can tend to approach our practice asking this question, how do I get rid of this or that as an outcome? And this is not a skillful approach to spiritual practice. The skillful question to ask is, what is my intention and am I living it right now? You will return again and again to this question because it's inevitable that you will stray from your intention. Living your intention is your choice, and you only realize that you have choice when you're living in an awareness of this present moment. Choice is available in the present moment, right? You're not at a point of choice in the past, because you're not in the past. You're not at a point of choice in the future. You're not in the future right now. You're in the present. That's where you realize you have choice. The intention in mindfulness practice is to be aware in each moment and to accept every internal experience as it arises. This is a practice of non-resistance. Awareness is the primary intention, and acceptance is a secondary intention. In practicing mindfulness, you practice not noticing when you're not fully present and when you're not accepting this present moment experience. So noticing you're not fully present and accepting the present moment experience. You return your awareness and acceptance to this present moment, and then you do it again and again and again. If you approach your spiritual practice with an intention to achieve a certain goal, you will become frustrated and eventually give up. And then the ego has another victory, doesn't it? The only way to overcome the ego is not to do battle with it, but to go where the ego can't survive, to be in the present moment. As you become aware in this moment, you once again return to your practice. Namaste. Namaste. So now's the time where we engage in another part of our spiritual practice, which is our practice of generosity and giving. And we will receive our offering this evening before we go into the rest of our Sangha. So we have our amazing usher, Alex, here to collect your offering, or you can give through text to give. The number is on the screen. Through our website, if you're watching online, or text to give online. Thank you, live streamers, for joining with us. We're so grateful, and we recognize that there are times where you won't be able to be here in person, or maybe you don't live around here, or maybe there are reasons why it works better for you to join us from home. And we love you, and we're so grateful that you've joined with us tonight. And so we have an offering prayer here at Unity that allows us to see how our giving is a practice of generosity that blesses us, and it blesses all those who are touched by it. It expands and multiplies. So let's join together in our giving prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all the good I am and have, all the good I give and receive. And so it is. Beautiful feeling to get to give. To have the opportunity to give. We have some things coming up here at Unity that we'd like to share with you. On Saturday, we are having an egg stuffing party. The Easter Bunny needs your help, and we would love to have you here in Wallet Hall. It's just across the courtyard, and it's at 10 a.m. Just show up. We would love to have you with us. We have 4,000 eggs that we stuff for our Easter egg extravaganza, emphasis on the egg. There'll be lots of eggs and egg hunts, and so we really appreciate your supporting us and enabling us to offer this to our greater community and the kids here at Unity. We have a special guest coming in on Sunday, a good friend of ours, John Harold Moore. We love him, and this process of family constellations, I've done it, and is truly healing and transformative. So I invite you to join us Sunday at 1:30 in the Pyramid. You can register online and find out more there. On Sunday, Reverend Michael will be continuing the series that we've been doing on Matthew Fox's Original Blessing, and he'll be speaking on the path of creativity. You won't want to miss it. It's going to be beautiful. And then next Wednesday night, we are going to be back in the Pyramid for our Taizé service. Reverend Michael will be providing the music, and there will be some sacred readings. It's a contemplative service, so we'll be taking a break from the Sangha format, having the Taizé next Wednesday, and then we'll return to the Sangha in 2 weeks. So this will be our regular Wednesday night practice, and once a month we have a different offering for you to just mix it up a bit. So we hope that you will join us next week for Taizé. It's a beautiful experience. And so as we move into our time of sharing, before we complete our time on the live stream, I want to share with you a poem that speaks to walking in the practice of being in the present moment. And this is by Thich Nhat Hanh. Walk and touch peace every moment. Walk and touch happiness every moment. Each step brings a fresh breeze. Each step makes a flower bloom. Kiss the earth with your feet. Bring the earth your love and happiness. The earth will be safe when we feel safe in ourselves. And so those on the live stream, I'm going to offer you a question that we're going to discuss here in the group. So this is something that you can journal about or discuss with someone who is with you in your space. And that question is, what is your intention for your spiritual practice? What is your intention for your spiritual practice? So take that in and explore that in your own time. And for now, we say good night and thank you for being with us. Namaste.